It's Week 10 of the 2022 season, and we'll see Miles Sanders. He's coming off a great week, reaching triple digits in yards with a collection of touchdowns. It's the Eagles and the Commanders on Monday night.
Opened back in 2003. Have a look at the link. Lincoln Financial Field, where 70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Tonight we polish off Week 10. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They'll be brought out by a player who was undrafted back in 2015 out of Old Dominion. Last season, his first as a starter. It's Taylor Heinicke. Heinicke going to put it up right away. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, you know, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Looking to throw again on second down. Heinicke. Throw to the flat here from McKissick. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
These two teams they met earlier in the season in Philly, with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they're trying to win here in Philadelphia to capture the season series. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 18 carries, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here, because to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
Heinicke on first down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On play action, Heinicke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here's Heinicke. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
Oh, he's going to go for it all. And this one dropped in the end zone. Touchdown to be, and now it's fourth down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
Heineke's throw complete there to Thomas. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to fourth down. Tress Way on fourth down is sent out to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
They'll run with Robinson, and he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports. And Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 13. And that sack brings up fourth and goal, a loss of 7. Big play.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. About 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
The kick by McManus is good, and it's 3-0 Washington. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And you know, there's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. Off the play fake. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Hurts gets this to Sanders, and he'll be brought down at the 27. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. And this one complete to Smith. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 15-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. It'll be Hurts on the option. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle, and he's in. Touchdown, the Eagles. Miles Sanders with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. A first down throw for Heineke. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. To try again after the sack. Heineke escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. third down, Robinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Heineke. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary running, defense.
Now, I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
Heineke got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The kick by McManus is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
This will be fielded inside the 5. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all the way up just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49. So we're at past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. From the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Eagles to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row. But first down, Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And they're going to speed things up here. Play action. Here's Hurts. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert. You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field, but he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12, 1st and 10. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott Good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 8. after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
Now a handoff to start it up. Robinson trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Heineke now.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked up by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. Third quarter action from Philadelphia, PA.
Now Heineke. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Robinson on a give right side.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is taken at the 23. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That's good for 28 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Eagles add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that lines up a 7-play drive all told. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Washington offense set to take over again. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. On 2nd and 9, Heineke. Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. They run the draw here with Robinson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott on for the extra point. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And the Washington offense heading out. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Heineke, throw right side complete to Dotson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 3rd down, Heineke.
And that is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Fourth down, Heineke.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. Down to the 42, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, back to Sanders.
Oh, what a juke into space. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. They'll run with Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, a 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are on their way to a 9-0 start as they build on to their lead.
Elliott Good with a PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Washington ready to try again on offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Elliott Good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them, play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.